in the wake of the killer hurricane Dorian in 2019. While we have so much more to do, your efforts to expedite the restoration of the electrical infrastructure, particularly on the islands of Grand Bahama and Abaco, cannot be overstated. Thank you. As we negotiate the challenges of climate change among small island developing states, we continually recognize that no country can ever truly be self-sufficient. Each must rely on the other's strengths, and all are required to buttress the weakness of others such that everyone thrives. It is unquestionable that the work of CARILEC is essential to the economic growth and development of the Caribbean region, Central America, South America, and indeed globally. Accordingly, I urge you to make the best of this opportunity to stimulate and deepen the principles of technical information sharing, technical cooperation, training, and capacity building. This conference is particularly essential given the fallout of COVID-19 pandemic. While the lockdowns and restrictive approaches to managing COVID have had devastating impact on economies, leaders in all spheres must now think and act far beyond previously defined limits to achieve desirable goals. Leadership in today's world now requires innovation, transcending vision, and a superlative gift of strategic planning to navigate the unprecedented challenges to recovery. We clearly see that your theme rightly acknowledges that leadership really matters. Friends, be assured that my government and our domestic energy stakeholders stand as regional partners with CARILEC to find solutions to address employee retention, productivity, client satisfaction, and strategy development and implementation. Locally, my government was given an overwhelming mandate in September of last year to eliminate a minimum wage and introduce a livable wage. That commitment, when implemented, will impact all sectors of society as compensation adjusts to accommodate the changing needs of workers and demands of innovation. Energy has long been established as a key source of economic growth. Recognizing this, my government has determined to make massive investments in infrastructure, energy, and technological upgrades. By ourselves, we know that our resources are insufficient for our plans. That is why we're engaging public-private partnerships and solidifying plans for a robust infrastructure investment fund. We have seen the devastating and isolating effects of hurricanes and other weather events. I challenge each of you, and by extension your countries, to press toward enabling innovations that will achieve a collective goal of having at least 30% renewable energy sources by 2030.
That's it for this week of Your Government in Action. I'm Joy Burns-Roger. Thank you for joining us.
The ZNS community page now has its own home on Channel 230. Be sure to tune into this channel to see informative notices, funeral announcements, birthday greetings, and much, much more. So watch the ZNS community channel today on Cable 230.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, hundreds of youngsters sign up for the Ministry of Grand Bahama Summer Youth Employment Program. A massive blaze erupting in the Freeport area today. And a new twist involving a teacher caught up in a viral video controversy. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping the news, a potentially dangerous situation erupting overnight. Most of Grand Bahama awoke to huge plumes of dark smoke in the distance. The massive blaze at a junkyard on Queens Highway had firefighters on their toes for most of the day. The blaze was eventually brought under control and is currently being monitored by fire officers. Aja Quant is on the story tonight.
A fire erupting here at the Kent Motors property early this morning, sending thick smoke into the air and alarming residents here on the island. The fire department say they are allowing the fire to run its course with a secured perimeter. According to fire officials, the massive blaze that captured the attention of residents around the island began around 3:30 a.m. Superintendent of Police Eli Arskar noting that fire crews responded immediately and found derelict cars on the property of Kent Motors engulfed in flames.
Once they located the vehicles, they found out that it was an enormous amount of vehicles that were engulfed in flames, and due to the distance and unsafe terrain, they tried to extinguish the fire but had to move the truck further back. As a result, we were able to have the owners of the property create a margin with DA tractors, as you can see in the rear of us, to create a perimeter around those vehicles that are burning. As the vehicle burned, you can see large plumes of smoke emanating into the atmosphere. Arskar says while they cannot confirm the cause of the blaze, he is advising junkyard owners to properly secure their property from persons who may have illegal intentions, as this too can be a possible cause of the blaze. Due to a previous incident at various junkyards in the surrounding areas, and at the time that the fire happened, our preliminary investigations are showing that you had persons who were just cutting parts of the vehicles or wires at this time. Again, we ask persons to refrain from this because we've been having quite a few challenges with persons who are going into these yards unlawfully and taking parts of these vehicles without the owner's consent. Again, it is a criminal offense to trespass on the property and to remove anything out of these business communities. The massive blaze sending plumes of dark smoke into the air for most of the day. Superintendent Arskar noting that having to man such fires is putting a strain on their resources. So it poses a challenge. Move on to the next assignment. Meanwhile, the department is encouraging the community that if you see a fire, as little as it may be, to report it immediately. For the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant.
Well, thanks, Aja. The Grand Bahama Port Authority releasing a statement late this afternoon on that massive blaze that erupted at Kent Motors. Now, officials say they are aware that a fire occurred at Kent Motors, one of its licensees that houses derelict vehicles. The release goes on to say that fortunately, the fire was contained to the area where those vehicles are located and extinguished before it could spread. While the cause of the fire is under investigation, the GBPA is reminding businesses and individuals that store derelict vehicles must be drained of all fluids such as oil and gas to avoid unsafe and potentially hazardous situations. Further, the GBPA City Maintenance and Management Department advises that derelict vehicles outside a personal property must be removed and processed at an approved location. No such vehicles should be illegally disposed of on any verge or undeveloped property. Now, should you have any questions about the property housing or disposal of vehicles, please contact the GBPA's department at 350-9155 or the 24-hour hotline at 352-000. In other news, the office of the Member of Parliament for Marco City, Michael Pintard, expressing concern about acts of vandalism in recent months at the Marco City Park in Mayfield Park. According to the office executive, Sherelle Lockhart, the park that was built as a safe space for members of the community has been vandalized over the past several months.
The breaking of electrical outlets, the hubs over the electrical outlets. Over time, the vandalism has considerably progressed to the point that carvings that have been placed on the park for aesthetics have been decapitated and or completely removed. You would have also noticed that there has been vandalism as it relates to the theft of the swing sets. That's a lot of money that has been spent on the swing sets. Additionally, there would have been theft of the fencing around the park.
Lockhart calling it a terrible act of destruction and is urging those involved to cease and desist.
It is very egregious to have these acts of vandalism occur, especially because this is something that is supposed to bring positive, wholesome activity to all in the community for everyone to enjoy. And so we want to issue a clarion call for this to stop, for it to cease, because it is unfair to those who have waited for years for this park to be brought to bear, and then to in turn now have persons demoralizing the facilities here.
Now, Lockhart says they are working with police to bring the perpetrators to justice and is encouraging anyone who may have any information on the vandalism to contact police. Well, in other news, ZNS News has learned that the Grand Bahama Academy teacher caught up in that viral video controversy has resigned. A letter dated June 2nd and sent to parents from school principal confirming that much. Now, the teacher in question, a technical drawing educator from Jamaica, was at the center of a sexually explicit video that made the rounds on social media last month. According to a source, the video was discovered by Grand Bahama Academy students after it was placed in a group chat, and that is how school administrators became aware. Now, according to parents, it wasn't the first time the expat teacher made such an explicit video, but they claimed that this time he recorded a piece of the video in his classroom. While confirming that the school board has accepted the resignation of the technical drawing teacher, the principal noted that while the school is saddened by the incident that occurred, they are confident that the school will rise to the occasion while allowing God to take control. Well, in other news, it was a moment of celebration as over 100 graduates from BTVI received recognition for successful completion of their various programs of study. Raven Davis picks up this story.
Positioned for the now, prepared for the future. This year's theme at BTVI's 2022 commencement ceremony. Over 100 graduates receiving certificates, degrees, and diplomas for their latest achievements. Family, friends, and well-wishers filling the room to join in the celebration, which marks the first in-person ceremony in 3 years. Pointing to their accomplishments, commencement speaker Trevin Simmons says it is a testament to the graduates' determination. During his remarks, he touched on key points for the graduates to use as a guide as they transition to the new phase of their lives.
And again, the first point is you have to start with why. You have to identify the reason why you're even on this journey in the first place. You have to find that reason that despite what may come your way in your journey, you're still going to push through. And once you identify this why, you have to hold on to it like your life depended on it, because it does. The second point I want to leave with you today is just decide. Just decide to just do it. When you truly want something, all of the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And the third point that I want to leave with you today is the fact that if you focus on the things you can control, then you are in control. It makes no sense wasting time, energy, emotions on things you can't change. You can't change them. You can't control them. Where focus goes, energy flows. If you focus your energy on something, it will manifest itself.
Newly appointed interim president Dr. Linda Davis expressing her excitement to watch the new cohort of graduates embark on their new journey. And in light of new investments set to come on stream on this island, she, along with veteran educator Cecil Thompson, encourages Bahamians to fully embrace the technical and vocational trades, noting that they are indispensable to nation building.
It is beyond measure, the satisfaction. I think it is at this time of year, most than any other time of year, that we feel that what we do makes a difference. When we see the students walking across that stage and embracing the moment and thinking about future possibilities. And so that is what BTVI is all about. And if you reflect during the pandemic years, the persons who you called on the most to get things done, and those who are always working no matter what, it's those persons who are in the trades. And so we think that it's important as we not only try to find entrepreneurial opportunities for Bahamians, but also for Bahamians to take advantage of the multiple opportunities that are going to emerge out of the investments, particularly in Grand Bahama.
But all that is happening in Grand Bahama, that will happen at this hotel, that will happen at the new port, those 120 graduates are well positioned to take advantage of it. I make a special appeal to young people in Grand Bahama, particularly young men. Man, for one's sake, we just have to take advantage of the University of the Bahamas. We have to take advantage of BTVI. We have to take advantage of all these tertiary institutions in Grand Bahama.
Sporting caps and gowns, the graduates turned their tassels to the left as they were officially inducted into membership of BTVI's Alumni Association, some even receiving recognition of excellence. For the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Well, thanks, Raven. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news when we come back.
Come on down to Dolly Madison and get your hurricane supplies before it's too late. Don't let supply chain issues cause you to miss out on hurricane supplies you need. Come on down. Now. At Pizza Hut, we believe in pizza and good deals. Enjoy 2 large one-topping pizzas for only $24.65, VAT inclusive. Call us downtown at 352-9191 or East Sunrise Highway, 373-8500 to order your 2 delicious Pizza Hut pizzas with your favorite toppings. Available for dine-in, carry-out, and delivery. Order 2 large one-topping pizzas at Pizza Hut Freeport today.
Are you ready to cool down the summer heat? Then visit Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration at number 3 Milton Street for energy-efficient AC units, or phone 602-5467 for service and installation.
It's a Father's Day super sale at Third Dimension Construction on Yellow Pine Street. On June 17th and 18th, take 20% off power tools and lawn and garden.
This Father's Day, let's celebrate Dad. Make him feel like the hero in your life by shopping with Bellevue Gifts. Lots of great gift ideas in stock, from wallets to pen sets, dominoes, backgammon, inspirational books, and fragrances. Happy Father's Day from Bellevue Gifts and Supplies.
The Grand Lucine Hotel wants all dads to experience a great Father's Day weekend. Fun day at Waves Poolside, brunch at Churchill's or Portobello's, or a relaxing day at Senses Spa. Ticket box office is at Lighthouse Point Lobby.
celebrates what God is about to do here. And if God brings you to it, He definitely will take you through it.
Hurricane Dorian tested their resilience, but in its wake, they remained steadfast. 2 years later, they're building back stronger, better, and bigger. Join us live from East End on June 13th through 17th as we bring to you the spirit of survival.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A young Bahamian has made her way to the top in Hollywood, starring in a recent episode of Fatal Attraction. Tonight, she is shedding light on her accomplishments as an actress in the United States. Aja Quant has the story.
Sharika Hanna, born and raised here on Grand Bahama, making a name for herself on television. Hannah, who grew up in the western part of the island, says her passion began when her and her family relocated to Columbus, Ohio during her 10th grade year. That is where she started taking drama classes, and a few months later she returned home, completed high school, and began working.
I still was trying to figure out how could I pursue acting. So I was like, okay, let me try going to modeling. But me being too short, I'm 5'5", that didn't work out. So I'm like, you know what, maybe I should try going to something else. And I worked at the Oasis drugstore in Port LaCaya. Then I moved straight on to the Grand Bahama Port Authority, where I worked there for a few years. But that acting bug kept hitting me. You know, I'm trying to ignore it, but I'm like, okay, how could I start? What could I do? And it wasn't until in 2018, my family and I relocated straight into Columbus, Ohio, and I just jumped straight into acting classes.
In 2019, Sharika was casted in her first feature film, resulting in her appearance in several commercials. She had an epiphany to take her career to the next level, prompting her to move to Atlanta.
Definitely my downfall was networking. You know, moving here, you need to network. Everyone is like, who you know? I'm like, how can I network? I don't know anyone here. You know what to do. So I started meeting people in class, and it wasn't until last year, I got cast in the first major feature film, Moses Wright, that's set to come out shortly. Then I got cast earlier this year as Tiffany James in Fatal Attraction.
Hannah describes acting as something you cannot dive into right away, as it is a step-by-step process.
A lot of people would be like, oh, I want to be an actress, I can start tomorrow. It's not like that, you know, it's a step-by-step guide, it's a process. So it's so much more than just, okay, I want to see myself on the big screen, because everything is a process for everything. You know, you have to have your materials in order. You know, it's like your types, what casting sees you as, you know, it's a process for everything. Because what I went through for the past few years, you know, I had to learn a lot. And that's something that I really want to be able to help aspiring actors back there in the Bahamas, especially, you know, so they didn't have to go through all that long process I went through. You know, I'm learning everything now. So those past 3 years, I could have knocked that down if I had someone to hold my hand or show me, okay, this is how you go about it.
As a young woman who left her small country to pursue her career on the big screen, she encourages persons with international aspirations to just go for it and follow their dreams. For the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant.
Great job, Sharika. That's my old classmate. Well, in other news, the Daughters of Purpose organization rewarding the top students at the Lewis Yard Primary School, the most outstanding students ranging from preschool to grade 6, receiving a special gift for their success over the academic year. Well, Daughters of Purpose has been in existence since 2019 and conducted a number of community initiatives over the past 3 years. Today, Patrice Russell, wife of Senator Kirkland Russell, presented gifts to the students of her alma mater.
Today, I want to bless the top students. I asked the principal to give me all the top students from each class, from grade 1 to grade 6. So we're going to present them with a gift and a certificate for a job well done in their classroom. We did a giveaway in January, and Mother's Day we did tributes to the sick and shut-in and the elderly through the community. And I have a team of 11 beautiful young ladies. All are not here today because of work issues, but I give God thanks for each and every one of them. They support very well.
Lewis Yards Primary School Principal Juanita Hanna is proud of the students' resilience given the challenges they faced during the pandemic. She also applauds the parents for putting in the extra effort, resulting in their academic accomplishments.
We've had our challenges, like all schools, but our students and teachers have stepped up to the plate and they have achieved very well this past school year. And so we want to thank our parents for putting a concerted effort with their students this past school year, trying to put in an extra effort with them, and also our teachers who went beyond the call of duty to reach out to not only their students but their parents as well to support them. And so we want to say congratulations to all of them.
Your Monday Sports Check is up next with Jay Philippe.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to sports. It was a busy weekend in sports with flag football, baseball, but let's begin with basketball. The Bahamas Junior National Basketball team is expected to travel to Puerto Rico this week for the FIBA Under-15 Central Basket Championships. Team Bahamas will be playing out of Group B, beginning with a matchup against the home team, Puerto Rico. Veteran coach Quentin Three-Youngs Hall will lead the charge.
Thus far, boy, I must say I'm really impressed with the kids here in Grand Bahama and the ones in Nassau. And we had a couple of kids that came down from Andros, and I was also impressed with them. However, we had to make a selection of 12, and it's all in right now. And I guess later on we'll give the roster, we'll give the names out to the public. But what I've seen so far, I have high expectations for this group. For most of the kids, they have been traveling. Some travel to AAU during the Easter time, so them traveling and being able to play in a different environment, I think we have a good group that has done that in the past, so I'm not too worried about them traveling and being able to play. It's just that Central Basket, the talent level it's going to step up, and they're going to really have to key in on things that they've learned during our time in practice.
Making his first appearance on the national team is Desmond DJ Hall, who is expected to provide some stability at the point guard position.
It feels very good to be selected, knowing that I'm one of the top 24 players on the 15 right now. It feels amazing. I hope to add a lot of IQ and a lot of shooting to the team, that we'll be able to score to elite level, and stop defenders.
Team Bahamas will be joined by Guyana and Panama in Group B. Switching gears now, we have scores from the Abaco Flag Football League Playoff Semifinal Series. In the first semifinal game, the Sharks won against the Warhawks 29-19 to advance to the finals. In Game 2 of the other semifinal, the Jaguars edged out the Outlaws 25-21 to advance to the championship game. The number 1 seeded Sharks will face the number 3 seeded Jaguars this Sunday for the overall title as the 2022 champions. We also have scores from the Grand Bahama Little League Baseball Championship Series. In Major League Play, the Lions defeated Fortune 360 17-11 to win that series. In coach pitch, the Predators took care of business against the Red Sox 14-11 in Game 3 to win the best of 3 series. And finally in sports, Game 5 of the NBA Finals will tip off tonight in San Francisco as the Golden State Warriors will face off against the Boston Celtics. This series is tied at 2 games apiece. The Warriors are coming off a Game 4 win on the road in Boston, where Steph Curry led the team to a 107-97 win behind Curry's 43 points. Game time is 9 p.m. And that's a quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. Be blessed.
It's a Father's Day super sale at Third Dimension Construction on Yellow Pine Street. On June 17th and 18th, take 20% off power tools and lawn and garden.
The Pro Cathedral of Christ the King, celebrating 60 years of proclaiming Christ as King and sharing him with others. In 1961, the first council meeting of the church was held in the Survey Building, now the Tree Root Plaza. The mission priest at the time was Father Claude Underhill, and under his guidance, the parish began. Services were initially held at St. Stephen's Church in 8 Mile Rock and St. Mary Magdalene Church in West End. As Freeport developed and more Anglicans arrived, services were held in several locations throughout the Freeport area. Mrs. Brenda Chong is one of our founding members and is still alive. We are grateful to all the pioneers of Freeport who contributed to the building of the church. My name is Avanique Earlholm, and this has been an historical moment brought to you by the Pro Cathedral of Christ the King.
Come on down to Superb Water Depot and Snacks. We sell and we deliver ice, drinks, purified water, alkaline water, and a variety of snacks. Your one-stop shop for all your snacks and water needs. Contact 242-820-2482. We are located number 2 La France Plaza, Peachtree Street. Purified water, 50 cents a gallon. Alkaline water, 80 cents a gallon. Come on now, you can't beat that. We offer superb quality, superb taste, and superb service. Monday to Saturday, 8 to 8, and Sundays, 8 to 2. Superb Water Depot and Snacks. Come on down.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Breaking news, you want seafood straight from the sea to the plate. Garnet fresh conch and seafood. Snappers, groupers, conch straight out of the shell. You want crayfish, lobster, crab meat, crab legs, salmon, mussels. You want bait, ballyhoo, etc. Then Chumbucket is your best bet. Located Fish Market, Goombay Park, and at the Agora Plaza.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
It's a Father's Day super sale at Third Dimension Construction on Yellow Pine Street. On June 17th and 18th, take 20% off power tools and lawn and garden. If you're thinking of investing in Grand Bahama or any other island, contact Bahama Island Properties for all of your real estate services. Visit their office in the Port Lacaya Marketplace, their website bahamaislandproperties.com, or call them at 374-7653. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Jessica Ballou, you are our Facebook friend this Monday. Special thanks to you and to Pat and Stephanie in North Carolina. We appreciate your support. That concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do ask that you stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
In the Bahamas tonight, the national report, an F&M MP charged. A senior officer escapes a night behind bars. The new budget to bring new schools. And funding for Sports Federation restored. The Bahamas tonight, the national report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Super Fast Internet for Less. Best rate, no debate. Sign up today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lopindo. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for joining us. Just weeks after being questioned by police, former Water and Sewerage Executive Chairman and Long Island MP Adrian Gibson spending an exhaustive day in court as a slew of charges were read against him. Gibson, along with the WSC's former general manager Elwood Donaldson and several others, facing a magistrate in connection with numerous bribery and fraud-related offenses. With the story, we turn now to our Fern Carey.
Sitting Member of Parliament for Long Island, Adrian Gibson, and his 6 co-accused facing a laundry list of charges in the magistrate court Monday relating to the awarding of contracts at the Water and Sewage Corporation, while Gibson served as executive chairman under the Minnis administration. As the arraignment began, Magistrate Carolyn Vogue Evans announced that there were 101 charges to be read. 37-year-old Gibson, also an attorney, faced the lion's share with 56 charges. His alleged offenses include money laundering, bribery, conspiracy to commit bribery, receiving, and fraud by false pretenses. Court papers show that Gibson failed to declare his interest in contracts awarded by the corporation, leading to him allegedly gaining some $1 million from contracts awarded to Elite Maintenance and Baja Bay. He is also accused of laundering the money by buying vehicles and land. Meantime, Gibson's co-accused, former general manager of the Water and Sewage Corporation and accountant, Elwood Donaldson Jr., faced charges in the matter, including conspiracy to commit bribery and conspiracy to commit fraud by false pretenses. Also charged Monday, Gibson's 28-year-old cousin, Rashay Gibson, whose offenses are money laundering, conspiracy to commit bribery, and bribery, while 43-year-old parking attendant, Tanya Demerit, faced similar charges. And apart from 10 counts of money laundering against 54-year-old Jerome Missick, he is also accused of conspiracy to commit bribery, while Joanne No's charges include money laundering. Meantime, Petrus Farquharson faces 2 counts of conspiracy to commit fraud by false pretenses. Now, because the matter will be fast-tracked to Supreme Court by voluntary bill of indictment, none of the defendants were called on to enter a plea. Now, all of the defendants have been remanded into custody until they make bail, but once that's done, they will still have to report to a police station in their area every Friday before 7 p.m. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, meantime, opposition leader Michael Pintard issuing a statement on the heels of Long Island MP Adrian Gibson's arrest and subsequent arraignment earlier today. Limiting his comments on the issue, Pintard made it clear up front that Gibson is a member of good standing with the Free National Movement, as well as an active and important member of that party's parliamentary caucus. Pintard went on to assure that the FNM stands in solidarity with its member and believe that according to the laws, he is innocent until proven guilty, and as such is entitled to due process and a fair trial. Well, a heavy presence of drug enforcement unit officers at the Nassau Street Court complex today. This as a number of individuals were charged in relation to Friday's drug seizure over in Acklands. Among those arraigned, well-known officer Sonny Miller. Anthony Smith has the story.
Thanks to a $100,000 bail bond, former Police Staff Association President Sonny Miller will avoid spending the night behind the slammer. As for his co-defendants, 2 Colombian nationals, they weren't as lucky.
That denial handed down by Chief Magistrate Joanne Ferguson Pratt, the 34-year-old Christian Garcia Aristobal and 32-year-old Christian Gartheria Aragon, the 2 Colombian men charged alongside former Police Assistant Superintendent Sonny Miller on a number of drug-related charges. Their appearance in court stemming from a June 10th arrest in Spring Point, Acklands, where agents seized an estimated $1.4 million in cocaine and $34,000 in Indian hemp. Subsequently, the men were charged today with 2 counts of possession of dangerous drugs with intent to supply and 4 counts related to conspiracy. The 2 Colombian nationals, however, were further hit with 2 counts of importation of dangerous drugs and Miller with 2 counts of abetment of that crime, all charges for which the men have denied. However, levied with an additional charge of illegal landing, Aragon and Aritzable were denied bail. The courts, though, considering lengthy arguments and case studies from legal counsel for the two, coming to this conclusion on the grounds that the duo, who have no legal status in the Bahamas, could possibly abscond. As for Miller, his history of gainful employment, no priors and no pending charges, playing a huge role in the Crown's decision to grant bail. He will, though, have to report to the East Street South Police Station once per week, each Thursday before 6 p.m.
Ed Miller and his co-defendants are due back in court on Wednesday, July 20th for a status hearing. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Anthony Smith.
Well, the country's top cops weighing in on the drug arraignment of one of his own, holding firm that the force should not be beaten for the errant ways of a few. After all, no police officer, he said, is sent out into the field to commit an offense. That instead all comes down to personal decisions. LaDon Davis has more.
It is never a good feeling, particularly when we have put a senior officer before the court.
Police Commissioner Paul Rose responds when asked to comment on one of his officers being caught on the wrong side of the law as a case Monday with longtime Police Staff Association President Sonny Miller.
What I want the public to know is that you see these men and women sitting around the table. We are men and women of integrity. And we take the appropriate actions to wherever we find misdeeds or misbehavior. We take action, the appropriate action. Let us dwell on the presumption of innocence until proven guilty. But as it stands right now, all indication are, that he may have played a role somehow or another. That is a concern for us in law enforcement. And I want to encourage all of my officers to always be above board.
Now, while the incident may lead the public to question the integrity of the police, Roll was quick to applaud those officers who continue to do a commendable job despite daily challenges.
We have Operation Ceasefire, Operation Just Roads, Operation Safe Shores in the eastern area. Just Roads is in the south central area, in what we know as the Grove. And throughout the city, we are continuing to keep the pressure on with these individuals. Deputy Commissioner Fernandez, is overseeing all of those various operations and helping us to rid the country of this illicit firearm.
The commissioner went on to assure the public that regardless of who breaks the law, immediate action will be taken. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDon Davis.
Commissioner Roll's comments coming during this morning's press briefing aimed at updating the public on investigations into the country's 4 recent homicides. The first of them last Wednesday on Finlayson Street. The second taking place in an area commonly known as the Big Yard opposite Coconut Grove Avenue East Street. The third on Pigeon Plum Street, Pinewood Gardens.
We have 2 male suspects in custody and are being questioning reference to that matter. The last incident of homicide took place yesterday at the school, A.F. Hadley School, where a male was leaving a ball game when persons pulled up in a vehicle as he was about to get into his car, and they opened fire on him, fatally wounding him right there. We have no suspect in custody for that, but we are following some significant lead in that matter.
Now, of added concern, the continued spate of armed robberies, 17 in recent days. The incidents, according to the commissioner, isolated to the Kamika Road and southeastern and eastern areas of the capital.
We have in custody 2 males that are being questioned in relation to some of these armed robberies. One of note is a telephone store on Kamika Road where culprits relieved the proprietors of some 21 iPhones. Again, last night, officers, while on operation in the area of the racetrack, observed a male with what appeared to be a firearm. This male got into a vehicle and sped off Officers then get into a short chase. This male, as he tried to evade the police, crashed into a wall. And officers were able to recover from him a .40 pistol along with some ammunition. He's in custody.
Well, still to come, a look at what's on tap for education in the new budget cycle. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. Stay with us.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Hear that? If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh, man, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
They say that when it hits you. A feeling so strong that it's impossible not to give into. A juicy piece of KFC to feel elevated by the aroma and to free fall into its exciting flavor. Some call it love, attraction, desire. We call it KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
To think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem. Just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies Limited. If it's healthcare, it's here.
We return to you with news from Parliament, where debate on the budget continues. That proposed fiscal plan giving way to new schools. Education Minister Glenys Hannah Martin announcing as much in the House of Assembly this morning as she led off this morning's debate on the 2022-2023 budget. At the time, she noted that 2 schools will be built this budget cycle. All the others under construction will be completed.
The first is San Salvador High School, which is expected to be completed in 2024. And the second is the Georgetown Primary School. The member for Exuma said they've been suffering for far too long. The school is inadequate. And San Salvador has serious issues. And so those two schools, additionally, and they're estimated about 16 million each. So I'm excited about that. Additionally, we will see finally the completion of ongoing new school projects, most of which were unbelievably stalled or abandoned by the prior administration. And I don't know why. Probably because we put our hand on it. I don't know. The Staniel Key Comprehensive School, we're hoping to finish that by August of 2022 at a cost of $1.9 million. Holmes Rock Junior High, we expect that to be finished in September.
Meantime, heavy emphasis is being placed on literacy. Education officials are also ensuring students are in tune with the changing times.
Every day, students in grades 1 to 3 engage in reading activities. So it's centralizing literacy in these grades. Additionally, students in grade 4 to 6 in their computer classes will be introduced to coding. And the introduction of robotics at the high school level will introduce STEM concepts and also ensure that students are able to compete successfully in the global marketplace. So at the high school level, we are bringing greater focus on the national needs, which will give rise to the expansion of technical studies, as I've said, and the science subjects. Our young people in this new curriculum will learn about climate change, climate justice, gender equity, to raise awareness so as to be more responsive to the dangers of climate change, especially for us.
Speaking of construction, provisions are being made for an agricultural cultivation center. Volcani International Partnerships, or VIP, and Caribbean Israel Leadership Coalition are partnering with the Ministry of Agriculture to modernize and strengthen the country's food security and economic prosperity. Two things Minister Clay Sweeting considers crucial.
We will create a community hub that is expected to transform and enhance food production in the Bahamas. We know that out of crisis comes opportunity. And make no mistake, the world is in a food crisis. However, the Bahamas has a unique opportunity to feed ourselves. We must take a relentless approach to ensure that this happens. The potential to create a thriving food system is there, and it will not come overnight. But we believe that with this collaboration with VIP, it's a step in the right direction to chart a path to success.
Now, it's anticipated that it will take some $3 million to construct the centers here in the capital and on Eleuthera. The VIP team is making assessments for prospective locations for other local cultural centers. VIP Executive Director Danielle Abraham says they're focused on three key things: sharing Israeli agricultural expertise, sharing Israeli innovations and technology, and sharing high-level lessons for the creation of a local agricultural hub.
Positioning agriculture not only as a key driver of the economy, but as a great source of employment opportunities for the youth and for the population. And then in more recent years, Israel has emerged as a global leader of agricultural innovation and water technologies. And I believe it is from this experience that, coming from Israel, we can try and contribute some value from what we have learned along the way.
Well, what more endorsement is needed? Young Bahamians keenly interested in the lucrative cryptocurrency market are getting the full backing of Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, who took time out to chat and challenge young participants of Consensus 22 in Austin, Texas, the largest cryptocurrency conference. The idea is to make the industry a norm here in the Bahamas. Brian Austin leads the Blockchain Institute in Harbor Island, Eleuthera.
I saw them graduating, and this is fine, right? I saw them graduating and going into the restaurant, into the tourism industry, and they were having a lot of success. But I wanted to give them another option, and so I decided that I would start some coding or exposing kids to learning how to build in the community. I wanted to reach them where they were at, so I started with robotics, and then eventually we moved to blockchain, and these kids just excelled. They really showed, just an excellence about wanting to build games, wanting to learn how to build apps, and so they started on blockchain, and who would have thought that it would have led them all the way here to Austin, Texas at Consensus.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
My Gateway is the centralized, safe, secure way to access and pay for government services online. Go to mygateway.gov.bs. Click Login. Register with a government-issued ID like your NIB card. Fill in your personal information exactly as it appears on your ID, including spaces, periods, and dashes. You'll only have to sign up once. Now you're ready to request services on My Gateway. Receive an email confirmation for every request and email alerts when your documents are ready. You must have a valid, government-issued ID in order to collect documents. New services will be added every month. My Gateway is fast, easy, and convenient. For more information, visit mygateway.gov.bs.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
Tourism today. Bahamas Tourism today.
The Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation is excited to announce the return of Goombay Summer Festival.
Goombay Summer Festival has been around in the Bahamas for many, many years, and we are so happy this morning to announce the relaunch of our Goombay Summer events in our family islands. We will be hosting 12 Goombay Summer Festivals throughout the family islands during the months of July and August. And our festival kicks off in Abaco. The Abacos, July 1st, in Exuma and Harbor Island on July 2nd, as we celebrate, July 4th weekend celebrations with our visitors. So it's going to be quite an exciting time, and you can look forward to seeing Goombay Summer Festivals in each island, each weekend, following through to August 27th, when it will be our last festival taking place in Eleuthera.
Come out and enjoy a fun-filled, uniquely Bahamian experience with family and friends all summer long. I'm Danielle Bodie, and this is Tourism Today.
A number of Bahamians graduated from the prestigious American Academy for the Dramatic Arts. Eleuthera native Malaika Pinder, one of them. We spoke to this outstanding millennial to talk about her stint in the arts, efforts to empower young talent, and upcoming initiatives.
I've just always been dramatic. I've been singing since I was 5. And so just the stage has always been just a thing for me.
For singer, songwriter, and actress 29-year-old Malaika Pinder, the burning desire to pursue the performing arts as a lifelong career continues to burn bright. Malaika, a native of Eleuthera, reminisced on how her career in the arts blossomed.
I was at COB and I joined a few acting groups and I got into it a little bit more, and I'm thinking I'm really good at this. But also, I had been just posting things on social media, just like little skits of me being myself, and I had no idea that this is where it was leading the whole time. I don't know, it was just a part of my purpose, and I just came into it eventually.
Before the pandemic struck, Malaika started a performing arts camp for teens and preteens that continued to increase in numbers over the past 5 years. She says the camp affords budding creatives with the tools they need to showcase their talents.
We have a week of camp where I write a play and songs within the plays, and the kids, they are so talented. There's so much talent, and I think they just need a platform to do that and to express those talents. So they would perform at the end of the week, and people just started coming, and it's been getting bigger and bigger, and I'm thinking about doing it this summer as well. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think I have a whole lot more to offer now, and I also participated a lot with Dario Eric's productions.
A few weeks ago, Malaika graduated from the American Academy for the Dramatic Arts and has also made a name for herself on the big stage internationally.
For the first time, they allowed 2 students to perform, and I was one of them, which is a huge honor. I was able to perform one of my songs from my musical grad play, which was also a really big deal because it was the only grad play, and it only had a cast of 6, which was pretty special. And I played the lead role in that. I did musical theater in my school as well, so I played the lead character, which was Dorothy, in an ensemble of songs that we did from The Wiz and The Wizard of Oz and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, a whole host of songs, so that was a pretty big deal as well.
While getting the nod from qualified actors internationally about her acting skills, Malaika says she's excited to be able to bring her expertise home and make acting magic with other Bahamians making a difference in the industry. LaDawn Davis, ZNS Network News.
Well, it was the late Ronnie Butler who belted "Age is just a number." While in this report, Charles Fisher features an 80-year-old man who continues to do what he loves.
I've been sailing from around when the first family island got started.
So just how did he get involved in sailing?
Back in the days, my old man used to do farming. Their hobby was farming and fishing. And so he had a boat, you know. When he farmed, he'd be going to the boat, catch fish with a well, and we sold it.
He has sailed sloops like the Lady B, I've Tried, and Golden Girl. And the key to being a good skipper?
You take care of yourself, and I think you'll make the grade. Yeah, keep yourself together, be active, and that keep me moving. I stay going. You won't really get that rate overnight. It's something you got to get into do, and you got to learn and be skillful. Sometimes another guy may be, at some time he can outsmart you, but then you need to sharpen your tool too and get as smart as him. And it called for, concentration and be ready.
Okay, 80 years old and being out there in the water takes a lot of skill and agility.
I can tell you one thing with the young guys. I tell them right now, they may jumping wrong on the deck faster than me, but I got more skill on them inside the boat. Once I get in the boat, I can handle myself. It's better than them even what could jump around, because sometimes you got to get smart. In the boat, you need to be skillful. And like they say, some may say, well, why does old man know? I'm phasing out, but if something I love and no one push me out, eventually I have sense enough to know when to start giving up, and that's what I'm doing now, pass it on to my son. So, you know, that's about it. But I still try to stay with them.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Now is the time to start living the life you've always dreamed of. Purchase that new car. Consolidate debt. Make your house a home, or switch your mortgage to lower your monthly payments. And BOB will be with you every step of the way to help you live your very best life. With the lowest consumer loan rates in the country, we are BOB, your bank of solutions.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
To be the best, world-class athletes depend on a live to stay connected. We are committed to promoting Bahamian excellence locally and on an international stage. With hundreds of thousands of people depending on us, we must be a strong, fast, and flexible network. With speeds as fast as Joanna and plans as flexible as Donald, there's a plan suitable for everyone starting as low as $1 a day. With our Freedom Plan, choose the way you want to be connected with a 1-day or 7-day Freedom Plan. With our 30-day Liberty Plan, choose the right bundle of talk, text, and data. And for postpaid, we've got Liberty bundles loaded with talk, text, data, and even roaming included. Alive's hard-working network was built for hard-working people. No matter your goal, we have a plan that you can depend on. We are Alive.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, junkanoo, and festivals, and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
To save with a new perspective, where the focus is on values and principles, and people are just as important as profits, where we believe in democracy and equality, and your vote counts, where profits are shared with our members, who are also our owners, to ensure that by working together, we all win, where education of our members and training our staff are one of our highest priorities, where we serve our members' needs through continued cooperative initiatives because of our concern for the communities in which we live. Join more than 40,000 Bahamians who have made the smarter choice. Join the movement. Join a credit union. People helping people. to help themselves.
Reported cases of rape under investigation over in Grand Bahama, one allegedly occurring in April, the other two in May. Here's Assistant Commissioner of Police Theophilus Cunningham with the details.
Outstanding rapes in Grand Bahama, ranging between the month of April and 2 in May. We have a strategic operation put in place, prioritized, just to deal with these matters. We are following several leads, and I believe that very shortly we'll bring these matters to closure.
Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makishla. We are under near clear skies with a temperature of 84 degrees. Relative humidity, 69%. The winds out of the east-southeast at 12 miles per hour. Barometric pressure, 1,019.0 millibars. That's 30.00 inches. The pressure is steady. Temperatures around the outlets this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 84 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Key, Abaco, Marshall, Abaco at 83. The Berry Islands, 83 as well. Alistown, Bimini, a little warmer at 85 degrees, 83 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 85, 83 in Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space at Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros. Alistown, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma, all at 84 degrees. 84 is also in Rygat Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Meguana, 83, Acklands, 83, Matthew Town, and Nagel, 86. And your Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Setter in the Northwestern Islands tonight through the middle of the week, Wednesday. Southeasterly flow, 10 to 50 knots, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide takes place at 7:49 this evening. You can expect another high tide at 8:08 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands, also through Wednesday, wind southeast at 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. Caution flags are now in place for the central and southeastern islands into Wednesday. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
They call me Popcake, I'm in a poor state, yet I stay on guard. I protect their yard, they hardly feed me. Sometimes I'm so thirsty, they say I ain't got no pedigree. They don't love me, they only know me when they need me. They don't love me, they only know me when they need me.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. The extended weather forecast is still ahead.
You should see them.
Keisha, what you saying, girl?
Man, Tony, you scared me.
Oh, they scared.
How this pandemic treating you? You working yet?
After all this time with no vaccine, no job, I had to do something.
Oh, so that's why you finally get your vaccine.
Man, I had to do what I had to do. Now I telling everyone get your vaccine. So you been good?
Yeah, man. I get my vaccine. I working, doing my little nail thing on the side. You know.
Solid. So where we going out though?
Sweet boy, you couldn't handle us then, and you can't handle us now.
Wow, that's how you can do me, Keisha?
All right, Mr. Big Boss Tony. Stay safe.
You too, Keisha.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by WHO, Canada, and U.S. Aid.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
What? Check old girl, boy. You say she getting married? Oh,
come on, not again.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join this man's BTC home internet with this woman BTC mobile service in holy matrimony. So they'll pay half the price compared to the other guys.
What's wrong with you? Just let them...
Madam, do you have BTC mobile service?
I do.
Sir, do you have BTC home internet to unite with her mobile service?
I do.
Get all the internet you want at half the price when you bundle your home internet and mobile service.
So, what services do you have?
Me? I have BTC at home and on my phone.
Visit any BTC store to make the switch today.
Spring cleaning isn't just for your home, so let's tidy up those finances. Sunshine Finance can help you sweep up your bills, declutter your budget, toss out your debt with a realistic consolidation plan, and plan ahead for that home or car you've always dreamed of. Contact us at apply@sunshinefinanceltd.com, and we'll have you walking on sunshine in no time. Sunshine Finance, we're your leader in private lending.
Get ready, it's about that time. So tell mama to be ready. Tell it to the whole family. Throughout the 242, the count depends on you. Tell Ted to go tell Bella. Mark it down on your calendar. Since it's 2022, the count depends on you. Yeah, be ready, be ready, be ready. Since it's 2022, the count depends on you. Tell mama to be ready. Tell it to the whole family. Throughout the 242, the count depends on you. Tell Ted to go tell Bella. Mark it down on your calendar. Since it's 2022, the count depends on you.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know? There's a can drive coming up, and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign. And I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give of your time.
Our free pick, pack, delivery service gives everyone in the Family Islands a chance to shop a variety of club products and prices right from home. Simply call or WhatsApp your order to 242-677-7266 or email order@amlfoods.com. A friendly customer service representative is waiting to pick, pack, and deliver your order to the mailboat of your choice. The options are truly endless, and with membership you save even more. So order today and let CostRite pick, pack, and deliver right to you.
Kids, let's go! Sean, what are you doing?
I solved it. We'll buy our life insurance policy from this company and then go over here and get our home insurance. Then get our motor policy from right over here.
Or we could just get it all with CG Atlantic. Save a lot of money and effort.
They do it all? Even pensions?
Even pensions.
We're like a husband that doesn't overcomplicate everything. CG Atlantic. Good like that.
Hello? Keisha used something else, boy.
Who this is? Tamika?
You ain't even remember my name? Wow, Dread.
Girl, I've been so busy. You still planning your trip?
Girl, and I can't wait. I right here online booking my car.
You dare planning trip? You vaccinated?
Girl, we had to. We ain't been nowhere since this pandemic started. Girl, and we got a 14-day vacation.
Best vacation ever.
Girl, are you though?
Well, I know you was gonna get the vaccine because you too like travel. When y'all get your vaccine?
Girl, long time. Because you gotta get your first dose, wait, then get your second dose at least 2 weeks before you travel. Johnny get his vaccine and he 12. Even Grammy get hers. Child, and Grammy say she ain't get no money. But I see her hiding that under the mattress.
Child, let me send my list, because I know you going shopping.
Keisha, don't play with you.
Vaccinate today, live tomorrow. A message by PAHO WHO, Canada, and USAID.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your evening sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports news. The 2022-2023 budget debate still in full swing. Making his inaugural contribution this afternoon was Sports Minister Yomo Mario Bolag, who outlined the Davis administration's plans for sports in the country, as well as what is set aside to assist some of the 242's best athletes, emphasizing the government's commitment to funding several local and international athletic events in order to bolster the country's sports in paradise product. Notable, though, in Bolag's contribution is the revelation that all Core A sports will have their grants restored after being significantly reduced during the last administration.
Madam Speaker, as a former executive of a federation, I feel their cry, I feel their pain. I understand what it is to try to make $1 out of 50 cents. But Madam Speaker, it takes some years for me to decide to get off the sideline and get in the game and make the change. I am pleased to advise that those federations that are among this group who are in compliance with the ministry, their annual grant will be reinstored to $80,000 annually.
Yes.
This government will make the necessary investment. All other federations outside the ACOR will receive an increase of 10% in their annual grants this fiscal year.
As for the persons that represent those respective bodies, Mr. Bolag says they can expect some good news as well, as the subvention program for elite athletes will also see a bump after being slashed by some $300,000 during the last budget presentation.
I am proud to announce that funding for our elite athlete program of some $1.4 million will be used to assist many of our remarkable athletes, both the developing and elite athletes. There are approximately 100 athletes across 11 different sporting disciplines, inclusive of track and field, swimming, tennis, boxing, cycling, judo, volleyball, basketball, bodybuilding, fitness, golf, and baseball. The objective of the Elite Athletics Subvention Program is to provide financial assistance to our athletes, to reduce the financial burden of costs associated with their training and competition expenses.
Shifting gears, the Bahamas Olympic Committee officially ratifying the team that will represent the 242 in Birmingham, England from July 29th through August 7th at the 2022 Commonwealth Games, making up the Bahamas' roster. In athletics, it will be Devin Charlton, Anthony Strawn, Stephen Gardner, Laquan Nairn, Jamal Wilson, Terrence Jones, Tanya Gaither, Ken Mullings, Sean Miller Jr., Kendrick Thompson, and Charisma Taylor. In swimming, it will be Isaac Bastian, Devontae Carey, Lamar Taylor, Luke Kennedy Thompson, Lily Higgs, Caitlin Cabral, Celia Elizabeth Thompson, and Renishka Gibbs. They'll be coached by Giovanni McPhee and Andy Lovett. In cycling, we'll have two athletes there, Felix Neely Jr. and Lawrence Sawyer. They'll be coached by Kenton Roker. For the triathlon, it will be Armando Moss. He'll be coached by Cameron Roach. Over in wrestling, we'll have Raji Mackey and Thorne Demerit. They'll be coached by Clinton Burke. And in judo, we will have Cynthia Ramming and Andrew Bunnings. They will be coached by Willard McKenzie Jr. And finally, in boxing, we'll have two athletes there as well, Carl Heald and Rasheal Williams. They will be coached by Vincent Strawn. Chef de mission for the trip is Roy Colebrook.
It's always good when the opportunity and the calendars do not clash, when we could have our elite athletes go and represent the country at the Commonwealth Games. You know, sometimes you find you have where the calendar clashes with World Championship and different games like that, and you find that the lesser will be for an elite athlete. They might want to choose the World Championships over the Commonwealth Games, but we are elated to ensure to have this quality and high caliber of athletes going into the Commonwealth Games this time around.
And the trip itself will cost a pretty penny.
It will cost the Bahamas Olympic Committee close to $200,000 in terms of ticketing. Obviously, stipends for the athletes, incidentals, insurance, and the like. So it is very costly. I mean, but again, we have a responsibility to the athletes to showcase them in front of the world. In this case, it will be the Commonwealth and the Caribbean. At no cost to their national federation. thanks to sponsors, our sponsors, namely Puma, Olympic Solidarity, Pan Am Sports, and the government of the Bahamas. Let me just say, while you mentioned this, for all national federation, for corporate Bahamas to have an...
The Bahamas Special Olympics team returned home to a raucous celebration at the Lynden Pindling International Airport on Sunday after securing 9 medals at the Special Olympics U.S. Games this past week in Orlando, Florida. The team competed in several sports, including soccer, bowling, and bocce. Bringing home the goal in soccer for the 242 was LeVar Lang and Justin Miller.
The feeling of winning gold is it's very good. It's like I just got a Christmas present, even though it's not Christmas.
Tell me a bit about the competition over there.
Oh, the competition over there was very difficult. Like a couple of the saves I couldn't make. We lost 2 games, but we went back 2, and you already know how that came out.
I feel really happy and excited, and I'm very proud of the group that I came with and came back of, and that we all got our gold medal and we did a really good job.
Also bringing home a pair of golds were our bocce mixed doubles champs, Vashni Thompson and Stephen Russell.
It was good. I had to continue to do the very best I can do, and also my partner here, Stephen, is also competing with me in doubles, and we come together as a team.
Heartwarming performance. We face against the best of the best from around the countries and states. They were all pretty strong in their own rights. Me and my partner Vashni, we give it our all. And even if we didn't get the gold, I still say we are winners.
And the athletes certainly enjoyed the celebrations.
Celebration coming back home was amazing. This is amazing. Like, I never had something like this happen to me before in my life, and now that I'm actually experiencing it, it's actually one of the best feelings of my life. I think I like this better than winning the gold medal on my neck right now.
That's been a look at sports. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
When you want to save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you want to look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Awesomely, this is a beautiful experience. I can't lie. This is my first time doing this sort of charity work, and I mean, it feels good to help out, you know. There's a can drive coming up, and other initiatives are part of the Giving a Helping Hand campaign, and I encourage anyone that's willing to lend their support in any way, shape, or form to come through and give up your time.
Summer is here and the savings are heating up at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Rainbow corned beef, 12 ounce, $2.49. Best Value whole kernel corn, 15 ounce, $1.09. Sunny Delight smooth or tangy, 64 ounce, 2 for $5. Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $4.99. Whole chicken wings, $1.89 per pound. Sizzling savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
The King wants you to take a walk on the tangy side with the all-new Zesty Whopper collection at Burger King Nassau. Enjoy the classic Zesty Whopper with 2 types of cheese, zesty sauce, and crispy onions stacked on 100% flame-grilled beef. Or go Zesty on our plant-based Whopper and crispy chicken. All 3 are saucy, crunchy, and full of flavor, and only available at Burger King Nassau. Visit any of our 7 locations and enjoy a Zesty Whopper as a combo or as part of the King's Feast at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Almost every journey starts with your car. We spend most of the early stages of our lives anticipating getting our first set of wheels. When that moment finally comes, let AID be there for all your auto needs. Make it yours by accessorizing. maintaining, and repairing your car with AID. Whether you're a professional mechanic, a recent graduate, a full-time mom, or an I can fix that kind of guy, or if you're completely clueless about what your car needs, AID will assist in providing a large variety of auto parts, a diagnostic center, and great customer service. For all life's auto journeys, we're here. AID, all you really need and more.
Ordinary People is back with a new season. Join us on the ZNS Network.
Anybody drugs no more? Not New York's bestsellers, the hood's bestseller.
I like that. Coming soon.
People are only going to say yes or no. And if they say no, keep on trying until you get a yes.
Ordinary People.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, satellite pictures still showing some lingering showers over the extreme northwest parts of the country, extended right into the Andros area as well. Elsewhere, we're looking at near-clear skies for most of tonight. Our forecast for the satellite pictures part of maybe we have a low tropical system out there, area of low pressure near Honduras and Nicaragua. That right now has about a 10% chance of development, but over the next 5 days, that will be bumped up to about 40%. So we'll keep our eyes on it. No threat to the Bahamas, but nevertheless, it will be a rain-producing system for Nicaragua and Honduras. And now for our forecast for tonight, mainly clear and a bit on the warm side. Temperature around 79 degrees for your low. And tomorrow, it's going to be mostly sunny, hot, 87 for your high. Extended weather forecast, beautiful weather for the next several days, taking us right into the weekend. It wouldn't be until about Sunday we'll start to get some showers in our forecast, becoming more numerous and heavy on Monday. Krishna.
Thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.